Could you ever have thought that one can build a billion-dollar empire by selling $5 plush toys? As realistic and far-fetched as it may sound, the intriguing yet remarkable story of Ty Warner, played by Zach Galifianakis in the Beanie Bubble, left many in awe. In this video, we will dive deep into one of America's most oddly fascinating crazes of the 90s, the Beanie Babies. The Beanie Bubble isn't your everyday story. It's for the millennials to relive and Gen Z to experience the rise and fall of the crazy beanie toy frenzy in 2023. Today, we're not only discussing what the actors of this movies had to go through to prepare for their demanding roles, but also the bizarre real-life tactics employed by Ty Warner that materialized the Beanie Revolution. And, of course, all of this is spiced up by the on-set clashes between Zach Galifianakis and the director, not to mention Elizabeth Banks' escape from the burning building gone horribly wrong. But first, let's talk about the Beanie Bubble's reception by the public and critics. For a story so unique yet remarkable, the film could not live up to the expectations of many. Although it managed to score an above-average rating on several media platforms, critics called the Beanie Bubble out for its shallow treatment of the real-life story and creative blandness. Nevertheless, Zach Galifianakis and director Kristen Gore gave their best to the film. The actor reportedly met with Ty Warner himself to prepare for the role. In the meeting, which lasted for about 2 hours, Warner shared memories about his childhood, business philosophy, and personal quirks. According to Galifianakis, Warner was a very private person, but he was generous with his time and insights. However, that's not all for our protagonist. Galifianakis had to gain a considerable amount of weight to play Warner. To achieve that, Galifianakis consumed junk food and beer in abundance, in addition to weightlifting to gain muscle mass. Not the best combination, some might say. He also learned about Warner's personality and mannerisms to help him create a more accurate portrayal. Now, let's talk about the real events and characters that inspired the creation of the Beanie Bubble. By now, you know that Ty Warner, portrayed by Galifianakis, is based on a real American billionaire toy manufacturer and businessman. However, the story doesn't end here. The characters of Maya Kumar and Robbie Smiley, played by Geraldine Viswanathan and Elizabeth Banks respectively, are also based on real people named Lena Trivedi and Patricia Roche. Both of these ladies were actively involved in the making of the film. They served as consultants and collaborated with the actresses to ensure that their depiction was accurate. Moving on to the challenging production requirements of the Beanie Bubble, the filmmakers had to go to great lengths to recreate the look and feel of the 90s, when the Beanie Baby craze was in full swing. A full-fledged costume department was set up to create period-accurate outfits for the actors, including rich flannel shirts, dainty overalls, and Doc Martens. Frosted tips, blunt bags, thick brown lip liners, and eyeliner were used to replicate the prevailing fashion trends for both male and female actors. In particular, the signature dress and luxury looks of the founder of Ty Inc. were a highlight. Standing at a price point of $10,000, the Ty Warner costume was developed by a team of designers led by Karen O'Hara. Every detail was accounted for, from the shape of Warner's head to the foldings in his classic blue custom-dyed suit. Even the cufflinks were the same brand that Warner wore in real life. Another challenge was to make Galifianakis' bald head look realistic. The designers used a blend of urethane and silicone foam that was painted to match real skin, and it looks to have worked well. Additionally, a strategic combination of real and fake Beanie Babies was utilized to satisfy the requirements of the film. The cost of producing all of the toys is estimated at a whopping $1 million. The prop team worked tirelessly for over 6 months to produce realistic yet durable Beanie Babies, with great attention to details from the eyes and nose to the date and naming labels. Another challenge was to ensure that the toys were reliable enough to withstand the rigors of filming. Moving on, let's discuss the dramatic fights between the actors and the director. Unfortunately, the on-screen chemistry between a creative team does not always extend into reality. There was quite a lot of tension between the male lead and the director. Zach Galifianakis reportedly clashed with Kristen Gore on a number of occasions. In the scene where Warner meets a group of Beanie Baby collectors who are angry about the shockingly high prices of the toys, Galifianakis wanted to portray him with understanding and sympathy, as a businessman rightfully profiting off his innovative toy idea. Gore, on the other hand, wanted to make Warner seem more ruthless and greedy for exploiting loyal customers. Likewise, in the scene where the protagonist is confronted by his employees, Galifianakis wanted to play Warner as remorseful about the layoffs made by the loss-stricken company. Gore, on the flip side, perceived him as a selfish corporate profiteer. The two actors argued for several hours before finally reaching a middle ground. The on-screen product materialized in the form of a more nuanced and layered character of Ty Warner, featuring both his positive and negative sides. On the other side, playing Robbie Smiley was far from a smooth ride for Elizabeth Banks. During a scene where Robbie's trying to escape from a burning building, Banks fell and seriously injured herself. The scene in question took place in a warehouse that was being used as a set for the movie. The warehouse was filled with smoke and flames, and Banks was running through the smoke when she tripped on a piece of debris. Banks was rushed to the hospital, where she was diagnosed with a sprained ankle, which made it difficult for her to walk and move around. However, she was determined to finish the movie, and she continued to film her scenes with the boot on. Moving on, how can we forget the most iconic scene of the film, the historic truck crash on the Atlanta freeway? The filmmakers wanted to recreate this scene as accurately as possible, so it was shot on a real highway in Georgia over a period of 3 days. A massive stunt truck, 30 feet long and weighing 10,000 pounds, was used for the overturn. The road was filled with 10,000 real Beanie Babies. It was a challenging shoot to say the least. The stunt truck was very heavy and took 100 extras to overturn. The Beanie Babies were fragile, and the filmmakers had to be careful not to damage them. Nevertheless, here's a small fun fact. The extras who played the people who rushed to grab the toys were all Beanie Baby collectors and were so eager to get their hands on the toys. The crew had to make sure that they didn't actually take any of the Beanie Babies, though. Moreover, it's also reported that several cast members had issues with the script of the movie. Zach Galifianakis stated that he felt the script was too serious and that it didn't capture the fun and absurdity of the Beanie Baby craze. Similarly, Elizabeth Banks remarked the script was too long and needed to be tightened up. Geraldine Viswanathan felt the script was not as funny as it could have been and that it didn't accurately portray the dark side of the Beanie Baby craze. The filmmakers ultimately decided to keep most of the script as it was, but some changes were made to the tone and pacing of the movie in response to the actors' feedback. More humor was added, and the film's ending was modified to be more realistic. Next, let's shed some light on Geraldine Viswanathan's impressive performance and what went into it. She learned to code for her role as Maya Kumar, a software engineer who creates a Beanie Baby trading app. She also studied the tech industry to understand the culture and jargon, spent hours with real software engineers asking them questions, and watched documentaries such as The Social Network and The Pirate Bay AFK. Well, we can definitely say that Viswanathan's hard work paid off. Her portrayal of Maya Kumar is one of the most well-received aspects of the Beanie Bubble. Every stunt, humor bomb, and catchy tune characteristic of the Beanie era was a product of hours of commitment and collaborative effort. And with that, we conclude our immersive journey into the making of the Beanie Bubble. Don't forget to smash the like and subscribe button and share with your friends for a fun-filled ride. Until next time.